Yes, ma'am. We can start now. No, Adrisha, ma'am, you are not audible.
Ma'am, you are not audible.
Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, yes, we will start from here only. So, labor legislations on compensation and benefits. You can have a look. These are the acts we will discuss. Okay, tomorrow, like today and tomorrow. So, yes, first we will start with the. Okay, yes, Snehal ma'am, next slide. Yes, so Equal Remuneration Act 1976. So, can anyone just read out what is written there? I'm not. I'm not audible.
No, ma'am,
You are
you're
audible,
audible.
ma'am.
Am I
I think
audible?
Gautam ma'am has. Yes, yes, ma'am, Adrisha, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay, okay, Gautam Sali ma'am, you can just rejoin quickly. Okay, so Equal Remuneration Act 1976. Can anyone just read out what is written there? Okay, Gautam Sali ma'am, good.
Can I?
Yes, Swarna ma'am, go ahead.
Yeah, an act to provide for the payment of equal remuneration to men and women workers and for the prevention of discrimination on the ground of sex against women in the matter of employment and for matters connected therewith or incidental thereto.
Yes, so basically, what is the Equal Remuneration Act? Is basically paying equal women and men in an organization. There shouldn't be any discrimination between men and women what they are earning. Okay, if they are in the same position, if they are having same background, same qualification, same experience, then they should be paid equal. It's not like the woman, like if suppose one woman is joining, okay, and for the same role, and another man is joining for the same role, so there should be any discrimination. No, it's not like that. It should be same for both. Okay, it's very easy. It's Equal Remuneration Act. It's equal remuneration for men and women in an organization. There shouldn't be any discrimination, like any discrimination related to gender or sex. It's clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Next slide, ma'am. Okay. So, what is wages? We have discussed it yesterday, right? Can anyone just quickly tell me what is wages?
Ma'am, it is given uh, labor.
Ma'am, money, payment for labor or any kind of services that a person is giving to us.
Yes, so we can just add one word. It's a fixed regular payment. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
earned for work or services. Okay, basically wages are calculated a weekly basis or a daily basis. Okay, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, okay. Then can anyone just tell me what is salary?
Ma'am, that is given to per month.
Okay. See, salary is basically it's also a fixed amount payable at regular intervals. Okay, it is mainly for months. Okay, which is given to like straight to their account, bank account. Okay, whereas wages are hourly or daily payments for work done during the working day. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So main difference is that salaries are fixed upon payment, okay, agreed by both like employee and employer, okay, whereas wages like may vary depending on hourly basis or work or performance. Hourly work or performance. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, Minimum Wages Act 1948. See, can anyone just read it out?
Ma'am, can I?
Yes, ma'am, Gautam Saliman. Yes, go ahead.
The term wages has been defined to mean all remuneration capable of being expressed in terms of money, which would, if the terms of the contract employment express or imply fulfilled, be payable to a person employed in contract or employment or work such as employment includes household rent allowance.
Adrija ma'am, are you there? Okay, so let's continue. So basically here the term wage is defined in this Minimum Wages Act. This wage term is throughout for all the acts. Okay. So the term wage has been defined to mean all remuneration capable of being expressed in the terms of money, which would, if the terms of the contract of employment express or implied were fulfilled, like be payable to a person. If the person is in your organization is doing his employment or work done, then the company must give a specific amount of money to that worker, which is known as wages. Wages can be given hourly or weekly, like on daily basis as well. It is given in the factory. Okay, so this is basically the term wage explained. And the Minimum Wage Act, which is enacted in 1948, it provides for the fixing of minimum rates of wages in the certain employment. So for like 10,000 must be given to this kind of workers. Okay, so to fix that, this wages is enacted. So these are prescribed by state government. So it is different for like Maharashtra, different for Gujarat, different from Uttar Pradesh. So this minimum wage rates is different, but there is a central government rate also. So the state government rate must be not less than the central government. So for the factory of like machinery, the workers minimum rate of wages is 10,000 decided by government, like central government, Indian central government. Then now Maharashtra state government can provide 12,000 or 15,000 minimum rate, but the state government cannot reduce the amount less than 10,000. Are you getting what I'm saying? What is there in Minimum Wages Act? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Swarna ma'am, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this was about the.
Okay, so am I audible now, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I don't know. It's a like tremendous network issue today I'm facing. Okay, so any query till now? Any query in Minimum Wages Act or Equal Remuneration Act? Anything?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
So we okay, fine. We
Any,
can proceed.
Again, tell me a remuneration act.
What, ma'am? Your
Yes,
voice is
ma'am.
breaking.
Ma'am, remuneration act.
Ma'am, you are asking for Equal Remuneration Act?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. It's nothing but equal, like paying equal to men and women workers in an organization. There should not be any discrimination. Okay? Men is earning more, woman is earning less, despite of being a same position. It shouldn't be like that. Clear? In simple word, there shouldn't be any discrimination that sometimes woman is earning much than a men despite of being in a same position, having same years of experience. Okay, it has been seen that women are less paid sometimes in some organization. Okay, but it shouldn't be like that. It should be Equal Remuneration Act. It has been like regulated in 1976. There shouldn't be any discrimination between men and women in an organization. Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So clear, right, Bhavana ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Can you explain
So
again? It's network issue.
okay, so it's Equal Remuneration Act. Nothing but there is like paying equal remuneration to men and women workers. There should not be any discrimination between men and women, like gender discriminations should not be there in any organization. Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Now, what is PF?
Provident fund.
Provident Fund.
Provident
Okay.
fund.
Okay. So, what is the meaning of Provident Fund? Any idea
Ma'am,
how it works?
Ma'am.
Yeah. Yes.
An
Go ahead.
investment fund.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Anyone?
जब
Provident
हम
fund is something that
One by
is
one. One by one. Yeah.
yeah. Provident fund is something that is deducted from the salary of an employee each month.
Okay. So, what is the purpose?
and
Why
it
they?
is given, ma'am, at the last of the job, when we um, uh,
Retired.
retired
Yes.
from the job
Yes.
and
So, correct. So, Provident Fund is basically government managed, or like nowadays IT companies also have started with this Fund policy. Okay, so basically after retiring or after leaving your like after serving at least 60 years maybe. Okay, 60 62 years, when the retirement time has come. Okay, the employee would be paid. Okay, what, like every each and every month there should be some deduction from the salary, and all together that will be revert back to the employee after their retirement. Okay, clear?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Basically it's for like employees benefit. Clear?
Clear, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I don't know I'm audible or not. Yeah, okay. So the Employees Provident Fund Act 1947, what this act is saying, basically Employee Provident Fund is a benefit for the employee during retirement. As I have just said, it is a social security fund created for the purpose of providing financial security and stability during retirement. Okay, previously it has been, only for the government employees, but now I think 1.5 year back, this has been started giving in the IT private organizations as well. Okay, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, Nehal ma'am, next slide. Ma'am, next slide.
Yes, ma'am. Changed. I think there is network issue. Now is it visible? The applicability of act.
Now it's coming. So applicability, yes. So every specified factory or establishment in which 20 or more persons are employed, okay, with the amendment in the rule of EPF, the limit of minimum employee is 10 employee, okay, and any factory or establishment can also willingly cover under the act. So even if the number of employees is less than 20, they can opt for this Employee Provident Fund Act.
So there is applicability where this act is applicable. So every specified factory or establishment in which 20 or more persons are there. So amendment of this act is done. Amendment is nothing but there is addition in that act, or that type, that some rules are changed in the act. So the rule is changed and now the limit of
Yes.
minimum employees 10 employees.
Yeah, so after like understanding the surroundings and all, okay, we can say environment analysis and all, we should like there should be some changes in policies and all everything, right? So that is nothing but amendment, okay? And now it's like if it is less than 20, then also it's applicable. Clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, Nehal ma'am, next slide. Okay, now it's eligibility. Who are eligible for this like act? Okay, so any person who is employed for work of an establishment or employed by the contractor in or in connection with the work of an establishment and drawing salary up to 15,000 per month. Okay, and the salary here is calculated as a basic salary plus daily allowances. So who are eligible? Yes, Gautam ma'am.
Ma'am, screen is not visible.
Is it with only Gautam ma'am or others are able to see?
Ma'am, it
No,
is
ma'am,
visible
it's
to
visible.
us.
We can see his screen.
No, ma'am.
Okay, Gautam ma'am, you can rejoin, ma'am. I think.
Ma'am, I also can't see.
Okay, but I think others are able to see as I am also. Yeah, I can see. You guys can just quickly rejoin. Okay. So yes, so basically, who are eligible for this? What is your understanding from this? Any person, okay, who is employed for work and the monthly salary they are earning from that organization is like minimum is 15,000, and this salary should be the basic salary and plus their daily allowances. And many organizations they give night shift allowances, right? So that has to be calculated in the basic salary, and that should be like salary up to 15,000 per month. Clear?
Ma'am, can you repeat?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I audible, guys, or what? Like,
Yes, ma'am, you're
Yes,
audible.
ma'am, we can hear you, ma'am.
guys, respond.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Ma'am, we can hear you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I'm repeating. I'm like, am I not audible or what?
Ma'am, we can hear you.
Hmm.
Okay, so are you getting what is eligibility of this act for this act? So basically, who are
Ma'am, am
the
I audible?
provident fund? Yes, ma'am, now you're audible. Can I continue, ma'am, if you are facing
Yes,
network issue?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I don't know, like I am not able to hear anything or not able to see any screen.
Yes.
I think there's network issue from my
Okay,
side. Maybe.
I will
Yeah,
continue now.
yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Yes. So basically, who are eligible for this act or provident fund policy in the organization? So the payment of 15,000 up to 15,000 per month. So salary is calculated as a basic salary plus daily allowances. Okay, so the any person who is employed for the work in an organization, okay, or on contract basis, so the drawing salaries must up to 15,000 per month. So those employees are only eligible for this Employee Provident Fund Act. Are you getting now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
Shall
ma'am.
we go to the next act
Yes,
then?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So discuss like what is gratuity yesterday. So can anyone quickly tell me what is like gratuity?
When it is given to the employees.
Yes, but when? So gratuity is related to gratitude. I said yesterday. So can you relate those words and can you tell me about that?
Yes, ma'am. Gratuity is, you told yesterday that it is something related to gratitude. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So, yeah, it is something related to gratitude where we appreciate that individual's work to the organization.
Yes. Yes.
Ma'am, it's
So
like a token of
basically the grat.
appreciation for their services.
Yes.
Yeah, correct.
Yes, yes. Correct, correct. So basically, gratuity is part of salary received by employee from their employers as a token of gratitude for the service performed by them during their employment tenure. So it is one of the many retirement benefits that they are entitled to. So yes, are you getting what is gratuity? It is written in simple words. So as a token of gratitude, it is given to the employees for their performance. So it is paid to the employees when the employee retires or he completes his employment or maybe he terminated or he resigns or upon his death. So there are four cases when gratuity is given. Yes, are you getting what is gratuity in the under Payment of Gratuity Act which is enacted in 1972? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, in simple terms, it is a retirement benefit paid as a gratitude to the employees who have rendered a continuous service for at least 5 years. So, it is not given to the employee who are working like 1 year and is leaving the organization. So, it is not given to the 1 or 2 year employees. It is given to the employees for the continuous 5 year service, at least 5 year service. Okay, so that they can continue working efficiently, and it is an amount paid to the employee based on the duration of his total service, but an employee become eligible only after he has completed 5 years of his service. Okay, so there is eligible criteria for this act also. So employee must work in the same organization for at least 5 years. Okay, are you getting?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, so these are conditions only that you have to remember. Like gratuity is given only when the continuous service of at least 5 years is there. Okay, so this is the main point thing that is to remember. And then next is Payment of Wages Act, which is enacted in 1936. So this is an act to regulate the payment of wages to certain classes of employed person. The Payment of Wages Act seeks to ensure that the employers make a timely payment of wages. So what happens previously, like before 1936, the employee is working, but the regular payment is not given to the employees to the workers. So that's why this act is enacted so that the payment is given properly, regularly to the employees who are working in the establishments, and to prevent the unauthorized deduction as well. So previously, the employer used to tell there is no proper leave policy or there is no paid leaves as such. So employer used to cut unauthorized deduction, like if he's leaving organization before time. So there were unauthorized deduction. So to avoid these things, to prevent these things, the Payment of Wages Act is enacted where it seeks to ensure the employer make timely payment of wages. Are you getting what the Payment of Wages Act is for? Yes or
Yes,
no?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. So according to the Payment of Wages Act, all the wages shall be in current coin or currency notes or in both. So basically now the 500 old notes are not available, right? So demonetization is done. So basically to regulate all such things. So the current cash or current notes or however provided that the employer may, after obtaining the written authorization of employee, pay him the wages either by check or by credit bank account. So there are basically three methods. The payment of wages can be done to the employees directly by cash or coin, and then by paying by check with his permission, or by crediting the wages into his bank account. So these are three kinds. So any doubt until this point? Payment of Wages Act, any doubt in these acts?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am, it's clear, ma'am.
Okay. So are you getting like it's burden, so many acts are there, then how to remember these? So these are very big acts there, like there is applicability, eligibility point, then there are so many sections,
Ma'am,
but we have like
it's little
shortcut
confusing to
so that
remember everything together.
yes, I'm yes, Amrita ma'am, are you saying something?
No, ma'am, I said like remembering everything together, it's a little confusing.
Yes. So it is basically like we can see here. So basically, these are some acts which are related to compensation and benefits, which you must follow. Basically, it is for that. Okay. So why we are learning this is you are going to be like HR manager of companies, right? Your future managers. So you must be aware about these acts, right? So to go all the things perfect in your organization, right? So that's why we are learning this. Yes, are you getting?
Yes, ma'am.
So Equal Remuneration Act. So basically in Equal Remuneration Act, like equal remuneration is nothing but wages. So equal wages to everyone, like female, male workers. So that was explained in the first act. Then minimum wage to fit in the all organizations. So that's why yes.
Ma'am, your voice is
Am I audible?
Ma'am, voice is breaking, ma'am.
Okay, now.
breaking.
So Equal Remuneration Act, have you understood? It is like giving equal remuneration, equal wages to all the employees, whether she's like female or male. Okay, so that was all about it. Yes, are you getting?
Yes, ma'am. Clear, ma'am.
And then, yes, then Minimum Wages Act is to fix a minimum wage rate for all the organization. So that's why this act is enacted to fix a minimum wage rate. So there is like happening, one organization is giving employee only 2,000 wages and other is giving like 15,000. So to avoid these differences in the organization, so minimum wage rate is fixed, and that all is comes under this Minimum Wages Act. Are you getting these two acts?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So then the third is Employees Provident Fund Act. So Provident Fund is secured in the employee's bank account or in the account. So basically, ID is given to all the employee while he's working, and the Provident Fund is saved into that account so that he will get the retirement benefits. Okay, so to fix that, this act is enacted. And then again, we have seen the Payment of Gratuity Act to fix the Gratuity Act regulations, rules, like 5 year must be working of employee, so that this act is enacted. So any doubt in these four acts? Any confusion? Yes?
No, ma'am.
Okay, then payment of wages, to fix the wages and to give the wages to employees on time to time, this act is enacted. Okay, and now we will see the payment of bonus. We have seen bonus yesterday, right? What is bonus? We have seen yesterday. Yes, can anyone tell me what is bonus?
Ma'am, it is given to the extra money for the employee, the working person.
Yes, it is like extra pay or additional pay given to the employees, okay, on regular basis, like in Diwali or everything, like every organization give bonus to their employees, right? So there are some bonus rules as well. So this act is enacted. So Payment of Bonus Act 1965 provides for the payment of bonus to the persons employed in certain establishments in India, either on the basis of profit or on the product. So basically, bonus is given to the employee, which may be on the basis of like profit or maybe on the basis of productivity. And the applicability involves where 20 or more persons are employed. In those organizations, this act is applicable. And then again, the third point, eligibility criteria, where the employees getting salary less than 10,000, those employees are eligible to the bonus. So these are 3 points under this act. Are you getting these 3 things? Yes. Yes. So those
Yes, ma'am.
employees who have worked for less than 30 days are not eligible to receive bonus under the Bonus Act. And the Bonus Act provides for the payment of bonus between minimum 8.33 and maximum 20%. So however, the calculation of bonus maximum salary is 3,500. So basically, if the salary is like 10,000, from minimum 8.33% of that salary given as a bonus to the employee, like extra, or it may be like 20%. Okay, so if the 10,000 salary is given, so maybe 2,000 can be given to the employees as a bonus. Are you getting?
Ma'am.
Okay, then next is Employees State Insurance Act, which is also known as ESI Act. Have you heard the word like ESI?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so basically this act is like self-financing security. You are own your state like insurance. The employer is required to contribute 4.75 of the 6.5 of insurance to all the employees who are earning 15,000 or less per month. So if employee is earning 15,000, then employer have to give some as the insurance so that it will be required in the needy situations. Okay, so this act provides health and medical benefits to all the employees and up to 6 dependents of the family. Okay, so it can be provided to other in case of death of employee as well. So in case of tragedy, funeral, accident, then medical contingency, injury, maternity, and sickness, an employer is required to cover all the expenses through this insurance. So that's why that is secured for the employee, and this was as per this act. So this was the Employee State Insurance Act. Are you getting? State Insurance Act. So basically, employer keeps some amount aside as an insurance amount so that he can provide you all the in case of emergencies. Okay, in simple words. Yes. Yes, am I audible? Getting?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is the last
Yes,
act. I
ma'am.
know it is a bit boring as well. So the Workmen's Compensation Act. So it is an act aimed to provide financial protection to the workers or their dependent in case of injury or time of work. So at the time of work, it is like for all the things that happen. But the Workmen's Compensation Act is when any accident or happen at the time of work. So it provides for financial compensation in case of any such accident. In case of non-compliance, the employer is liable for the criminal offense as well. Okay. Yes, any doubt until this point? Everything that? Yes. Everything clear?
Yes, ma'am, it's clear, ma'am.
Repeat the workman's
Okay.
compensation.
Gautam ma'am, can you just type the message because like you are not audible clearly to me. Yes, workman compensation. So in first lecture, when I asked what is compensation, so one from you have said that compensation is nothing but a company have to compensate for something. Like if the injuries happened or if anything fault machinery is there in the company and that's why the accident is happened or employee got injured due to the company's fault. So at that time, company have to compensate, right? Compensate some amount to that employee. Are you getting?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So it is basically related to that. Workman Compensation Act is enacted for that so that it is aimed to provide like financial protection. If anything injury happens to the employee while he's working, then it is company's responsibility or employer's responsibility to provide him financial protection. Are you getting now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, and if in the last sentence it is said that in case of non-compliance, if it is not like employee is not employer and company is not compensating you if the any accident or anything happened, then you can file a criminal offense for to the employer as well. Yes, are you getting?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Gautam ma'am,
Yes,
understood?
ma'am.
Yes, understood everything, all the acts.
Yes, ma'am, understood.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just you have to keep some knowledge regarding like Equal Remuneration Act, that is men and women should get equal payment, and then minimum wage rate. So basically there is a minimum wage fixed rate that is decided by central government and state government, and the Employee Provident Fund Act. So PF is there, and it is given to the employees who are worked in the organization, and the Gratuity Act where there is a condition of how many years the employee should work in the organization.
5 years.
Yes, so minimum 5 years he must be worked in that organization. And then Payment of Wages Act so that the employees will get payments regularly. And then bonus, as there is a condition of 8.33 bonus must be given to the employees whose income is less than 15,000. Yes, and then next Employee State Insurance Act. Insurance, as the word suggests, in the case of emergency of employees, the employer provides the financial security to the employees. And then next, workman's compensation. So if any accident or injury happened to the employees at the workplace, then the employer is liable to give the compensation, that is some specific amount of money to the worker or the workman. Yes, any doubt in these 8 acts? You just have to remember some small points related to it. Yes, Gautam ma'am. Any doubt? Understood? Everyone just type message, because I think you people are not audible to me, but I can read your message. So just type whether you have understood or not, or anything that to be explained again. Yes. Am I audible? Everything is clear. Okay, Gautam ma'am.